Hello guys, okay, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to just do a quick video about sleep. So I've done a lot of videos about sleep at the moment, something of a priority in my life that I want to sort out, and I've done a few videos about what I think is the best way to adjust to a new sleep schedule. I just want to revise some of that slightly because I think some of what I said was not wrong exactly, but I'm growing older and wiser by the day, by the day. And I actually recommend different things now. So in the old video, I said the thing to focus on is like use a sort of circuit breaker, where you just force yourself to get up really early one morning, and then just stick with that. But I actually think if you struggle with sleep, then it doesn't really matter what time you're going to bed and what time you're getting up as such. The real trouble is like how to get good sleep, right? That's the real thing to solve. And I think actually, in retrospect, a circuit breaker is quite a. It can get you short-term success, and I'll definitely give it a try. But I think if you want to improve your sleep, which is what I think a lot of people do, rather than your sleep schedule per se, then the best thing to do is what I'm about to tell you, and that is to get up and go to bed at the same time every night. So, I mean, I honestly think that is the only thing you really need to do regarding sleep. If you're struggling with sleep, I just think it's so unlikely that you're going to bed and getting up at the same time. Or you need at least one of them, right? Going to bed at the same time, getting up, whatever. Now, I've stuck to this routine for the past like 3 days. I've gone to bed at the same time, and I just lost for words by how much better my sleep gets every night, and how much easier it is to get myself to bed every night. I feel my sleep's deeper. I'm waking up and feeling refreshed. I'm getting more done during the day. Really is a good idea, guys. Really is. I know how difficult it is to do, especially if you're at uni. So the sort of advice I'm going to give in this video is going to be really helpful. So, as I said earlier, it doesn't really matter what time you're going to bed and getting up. The advantage of getting up early is if you get up before 11, anytime before 11, you reap massive benefits because if you get sunlight during the hours before 11, that massively just does wonders to your circadian rhythm, your energy levels throughout the day, all that kind of stuff. Also, if you're getting up relatively early, then you'll be able to watch the sunset, and that's a good way to wind you down. Or if not watch, like be outside when the sun's setting, and that's really good for switching you off. But life's not perfect, right? And if you're a student, it's probably extremely difficult to stick to one routine because you have lectures in the morning one day, and then the next day you're going out with some friends and staying up till 3 o'clock in the morning or even later. So it's really difficult. It's really difficult. But I honestly think if there's no way to avoid getting up early, there's no way of avoiding either one of those things. Let's say you're always going to go out, and like fair enough, you're at uni, you want to have that experience. I think the thing you want to do is go find like a time that you're always back by when you're going out. So like let's say you go out clubbing, get into the club for 12, leave by 2. You can be in bed by 3 o'clock, and get up at 12 or 11 or something like that. That's something you could potentially do every day. And I did this in the past actually. I went to bed at 3, and got up at 12, and it was incredibly easy because for me anyway, I never really needed to go to bed any later than 3. So by making that the kind of natural point that I go to bed by, it just all works really well, right? So that's what I recommend is don't think that just because you have to have a routine, it has to be bed by 10 every night. It doesn't have to be idealistic. you'll still reap the benefits if you're going to bed really late in the night, every night. I mean, I appreciate that for some people, like I was probably one of these people, like I would stay out a lot later than 3. So, and like it's probably difficult to do it past 3. So if you're one of these people who stays out later than like 2 or 3 on a night out, then it's probably much harder to make something later than 3 o'clock be a routine bedtime. Maybe you could do 4 o'clock in the morning as a routine bedtime, but that would be hard. 5, 6, that's a bit rough, to be honest, mate. That's a bit rough doing that. But by all means, give it a try. Let me know how it goes. I'll be really interested to know, actually, like, if you're watching this and like, you know, get in touch with me if you do it, because that would make good content. Like, maybe get you in to talk about it. I don't know. I don't think anyone's ever done a video about that kind of thing. But I'm just aware that a lot of people go out, but they don't necessarily stay till like the really nitty hours in the morning. In which case, you can sort of have quite a cool sleep routine where you stay up quite late, but you still reap the benefits of a regular rhythm of going to bed and waking up. Or maybe you're just a night owl and you've never thought that you could have a routine because you're a night owl, and the only people who seem to have routines are these people who go into bed at really early on in the evening. So yeah, give it a try. I mean, one thing to note is like, if you're going out drinking a lot, the effects of it will probably be less, but because drinking does horrendous stuff to your sleep. But I'd imagine you still see a good chunk of it. I don't know. Yeah, it's my advice anyway to give it a try. I mean, I mentioned about morning lectures as well. It's kind of, I mean, I'm going to do another video about that in the future. I think that's something you have to decide, really. Maybe one day you just force yourself to get up earlier to go to the lectures, or if you're prepared to, you're not really fast, mate. It depends on what sort of course you have. Maybe you just skip your morning lectures and you think, no, it's gonna be hard to avoid going out, so I'm just gonna accept it, and then go to bed at 3, have fantastic sleep. The other thing to remember, guys, is fantastic sleep. You'll make up for a lot of work with fantastic sleep. So yeah, anyway, that's what I would advise you to do if you're in a situation where you're sort of staying up later, shall we say, but you still want a way to get good sleep.